You know, Canadian farmers create billions of dollars for our country's economy. But here at Cisco Farms, situated in the heart of Stardew Valley, we don't know what the we've been doing in our first season. Now, don't get me wrong, we take pride in knowing that we've sold a couple of gold star potatoes, but the rest of the time we're feeling pretty mashed. It took a little bit to understand the lay of the land, so to speak, and there's many things I've yet to discover, but this game is easy to get hooked to. And this is my experience with addiction so far. I also kind of realized that Stardew Valley is the love child between Harvest Moon and Animal Crossing. You do all types of farming along with other tasks similar to its adoptive parent titles to be the best farmer you can be, but only after your grandparent dies. When you begin the game, your grandfather's life ends, and he gives you a sealed envelope you're not allowed to open until there will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. 20 years later, you work at Joja, a sea of cubicles set deep in the Amazon. You decide to open your grandpa's letter because it's 2019 and your company's making you work on 90s computer tech. Look at this mouse! Modern life wouldn't be such a burden if your company cared to give its employees Windows 10. So inside the letter is the deed to your grandpa's old farm. I named my farm after my cat. Fur is family. The reason I named him Cisco was because I was in the 6th grade at the time and I thought the thong song was hilarious. So I gave him the legal spelling, same name as the rapper. Do we call Cisco an artist? So that's why my cat's name is Cisco the Second here at Cisco Farm. Once you've seen the setup, customized your character, and met a few important townsfolk, like the mayor and the girl who can build you things like house expansions and chicken coops, chickens and supplies sold separately, you'll be set to explore the valley for yourself. And don't worry, I can assure you all poultry at Cisco Farms is pixelated, not genetically modified in any way. The first thing I did was try to figure out all the tools so I could create and grow things better than I can in real life. I would not cut it as a real farmer. I got a basil plant from my girlfriend's mom once. We got a few good toppings out of him, but unfortunately he's passed away. My girlfriend's afraid of having kids with me because of my parenting skills with baby basil. But here in Stardew Valley, I'm trusted with responsibilities. To grow my delicious product, I prep the land for seeds with my useful hoe. If I have any fertilizer, I put that down first so my crops can grow faster. And then I plant any seeds I have in my inventory. So this next step, and this is important, I water them. I've got this pond right next to my farmhouse where I fill my watering can once the water meter runs out. I've also got a Roger meter. Every time I perform an action, like hoeing my land, my meter gets a little lower. Sometimes not to get overtired and become as slow as molasses. Can I make molasses in this game? Look, I eat a little bit from my crop. It's a tax write-off. I can use the wooden sap I collect from chopping trees in conjunction with stones I get from using my pickaxe to harvest rocks to craft new items. Look, I'm no stranger to HGTV. I've seen some nice front yards. So the first thing I crafted was this stone pathway. It paves the way to my soon-to-be Cisco Farm headquarters. I gotta upgrade the rest of my tools first though, at the local blacksmiths. Look at how those sexy arms swing, burst those geodes. Now I can donate whatever I find from them to the museum, or I can sell them along with my crops I grow or fish I catch. And I can get more money by selling items with a star next to them. People want goods that look good, not goods that look like their head caved in from too much caffeine. Reminds me of my time in Animal Crossing, but instead of selling them to a greedy raccoon or here in the valley, I just put them in my magic money crate. Then, every night when I go to sleep, someone comes to pick up everything I put in there, kinda like the Tooth Fairy, and leaves me money. Seriously, who picks the stuff up? Is it actually some sort of farming fairy? Oh, right. It's just Lewis. In the game, you'll eventually explore the valley's abandoned community center. Inside, you'll discover some interesting characters. They kind of remind me of Koroks, but these little guys are called Junimos, and judging by the looks of them, they definitely promote healthy eating. Wait a sec, are you a Junimo or an apple? There's no, did I eat your ass? I just ate a Junimo's ass. If you gather specific offerings for them, you'll unlock more offerings to fulfill and receive small rewards that culminate in a large reward once you give all the offerings in a section. These little guys are gonna fix the greenhouse once I feed them enough. I wonder if they can resurrect my basil plant. Well, if this game is introducing fantasy elements to farming like the forest fairies, there's gotta be more magic hiding somewhere. You know, something tells me he's gonna either give me a quest, get me high, or spread the holy gospel of Satan. You know, something tells me you might be able to help me out. I can't make like any friends in this town. Do you have a potion for that? The Joja Mart in town has cell phones that have an app for that. It's called Plenty of Fish. Nah, I already catch plenty of those for profit, which is just gonna be sunk into the arcade machine because no one will have a beer with me. I find the hardest part of this game so far is actually trying to establish connections with people. Apparently, to build up relationships with people, one way to get more hearts with them is to give them gifts. But I want people to like me for me. Every time I try to talk to some people, they're moody little manure flies. Like these two little shits. Haley is too self-obsessed with her looks, and Shane Shane's too much of a douche. Here, you get some seaweed and you get a broken Jojo Mart CD. Have fun trying to return it. They are a horrible corporation who's even trying to ruin this tiny, quaint community. Like, you're ruining it, Haley and Shane. If I had the guts, I'd launch one of my prize pumpkins straight into their corporate structure. Maybe instead of firing off a pumpkin, I can attend one of the monthly events to mingle with people. I should really call them seasonal events. In this game, a season seems to last only a month. If I want to stay afloat in this industry, I'm going to have to prepare as much as possible. I've only experienced spring and summer so far, but something tells me when winter plops a bunch of snow, my crops are going to take a toll. I'll just start making maple syrup. Canada actually makes 3/4 of the Earth's supply of it. So I could probably become a successful stereotype, but man, whenever I play this game, I get really obsessed with it. It's really addictive. I try to do as much as I can in a day, but there's never enough time, and there's still this stupid meter. I really need to prep more Nature Valley bars for that. I've had those bars before. They're not as good as Stardew Valley's. I haven't delved deep into the game yet. I think I'm still getting my feet wet, but much respect to real farmers. They do this for real, and I can only imagine how tough that is every day. I just sit here on my ass and answer the tough questions like, will these Nature Valley bars be better if I dunk them in Canada's natural resource? The answer is yes. That was a great dipping sauce. How do you guys like this game? I think it'll get a little bit easier now that there's a multiplayer mode. Thank the Lord, I can actually get some friends in this town. Fuck you, Shane. Like, subscribe. I have an Instagram garden where I harvest dopamine. Follow me to check it out.